My name is Dario Schwörer. I'm with my wife and my 6 children on a world record mission to save the planet in reaching the 7 summits non-stop around the world by human power and nature's force. And the most important for us are young people, children. We try to inspire them with all the positive examples we explore. We go into schools and inspire them also to act for our planet. Top to Top started in Switzerland in climbing the highest peaks of each of the 26 departments in Switzerland, exploring good examples for the climate. We did that all in walking, and then we had the wish to go global, and so we needed a route, and we decided to go in all climates. And the climate is not only changing in latitude from Africa to Antarctica, but also in altitude from sea level to Mount Everest. And so that's why we came up with the idea to do this world record, to go without using a motor, to be an example, just to the tops of each continent. And in between we were exploring good projects, good examples, and went into schools. So far we met over 150,000 students in more than 100 countries and inspired them also to act and come with us to save the planet in cleanups, planting trees, and just give something back to nature.
In the first 5 years we had to do awareness to explain that really climate change is happening because we saw it with our eyes. Then the next 5 years we were looking for good solutions, and we went into the schools to motivate children to do something.
In the last 21 years our home was the boat or a tent when we were cycling and climbing, and we covered 124,000 nautical miles. So we did that actually not alone. We got 6 children on the way, more or less a child per continent. And we have had the privilege that we have had a lot of volunteers joining us to help to save the planet. So we actually, as a non-profit, we invite photographers, filmmakers, scientists, and also volunteers. They really have a passion for nature and our planet to join the expedition, and we are quite positive now after 21 years, seeing all these inspiring initiatives and also technology that really leads in the right direction, that I'm getting more and more hopeful that we actually reach the top. It means that we really can solve the challenges we face at the moment.
The crew is of course the family. We thought that it's maybe difficult, or we were a little bit afraid to have children at the first place. But we saw very quickly when we got Salina, our oldest daughter, that they were really door openers. Children, they don't make a difference between rich and poor and black or white. So she just went to the children and they were like becoming friends, and so it was easy for us to meet their parents, and then their parents introduced us to the schools, and then we could give our presentation. And so that was when they were young, but that's still very nice to see how the children just have connections so quickly. But also they really help on the boat. They have to do watches also at night, and everybody has their little chores, so it's really great how they help and are really a really important crew.
So I'm married to the best wife on the planet, Sabine. When we started, we were thinking that we are on the way 4 years, and then we settle down when we get children. But then we were, after 4 years, still in Patagonia, and Salina was born, and we used the Swiss Army knife, Victorinox, to give birth to her. And that was quite a change maker in a way, that we have suddenly a child, and we put so much effort and energy into the project that we couldn't stop. And Victorinox helped us out then with new sales after a big collision we have had in the Southern Ocean with a floating container. When you have been now 21 years outdoors, you really get connected with nature, and I see that also with our children. You have to understand that we are not often inside the boat, we are normally always outside, and people think, yeah, that's crazy. Sometimes we are 16 people on the boat and we have 20 square meters, and they look at us that we are kind of poor, you know, with so little space. And our children, they have just one box with toys, and when they get something new, they have to give something away because there's just not enough space otherwise. But you know, we feel actually quite rich because our limits, let's say our walls of our house, are really the horizon, and our roof is actually the sky. So we feel really connected, and also feel the safest when we are in the middle of the ocean or in the Arctic on a big glacier, because there we just have to deal with nature, and nature always plays fair. So the question is finally how we save this wonderful place, planet Earth, and I think the most important for us are young people. Children, they represent the future. They will be the decision makers in some years, and they will shape our planet. The best investment you can do is actually in children. And our children, they talk about polar bears and what they have seen now also when we sailed around Svalbard to peers in the schools we meet. And that's such a strong message, you know. And that's what we are actually doing since 21 years, that we just gather the best examples and the beauty of our planet, of nature. And with that we inspired already people in more than 100 countries. So face to face in workshops and presentations we have seen 150,000 students. And in public presentations it's about the same amount. And then when you add the social media, and I think we touched quite a lot of people. And it's nice to see that over time, you know, the awareness was growing. So for 2021 we hope that a lot of passionate people are able to join us to really stress the importance and the beauty of this great Norwegian coastline, where we try to ski and sail from the most westerly island in Lofoten, the whole way up to the North Cap, then rounding Svalbard to East Greenland, and then coming back over Jan Mayen, an island north of Iceland, back to Lofoten. And when you look at this route, it's more or less, it has a shape of a heart, so it's really the heart of the Arctic, because there's so much biomass, and it's really so important, this region, for the whole planet. You can say it's actually the womb of our planet, and I think we do everything possible to save this place. And therefore we really like to invite photographers, filmmakers, but also scientists. And we already gathered data this year for the Norwegian university, a Swiss university, an Icelandic university, to get a better understanding, especially where the hotspots are on microplastic, but also gathering data for the climate. And it's really dramatic what we have seen this summer. On top of climate change is now this really extreme plastic pollution in these oceans up here. We really have to do something. So please don't use plastic anymore, or at least leave all the plastic in the shop. Join our campaign LPS, leave the plastic in the shop, because then I think that's the only way we can teach the supermarkets to go back to the producers and stop this insane packaging.